NBA fans, welcome back. All right, I already have a video posted up about the Sixers and my just absolute appreciation for Ben Simmons. So please go watch that before you finish or even start this video, I guess. But I'm just going to get right into it. Like and subscribe to the video, to the channel, join the community, join the family. Let's talk basketball. Let's talk Sixers. Let's talk anything. I just want to talk basketball. I love it too much. And go follow my Instagram. It's gregmelly. I don't know. Or my Twitter, gregmelly27. I'm just going to do shameless plugs in the beginning of these videos. Today is day 3 of 30 teams in 30 days. And last night, I'm from Philadelphia, okay? But I moved to New York. I moved to Manhattan. So last night, I went food shopping and I had to go food shopping in Brooklyn. I was like, you know what? Why not just walk past the Barclays Center? What better way to get ready for my video tomorrow than walk back or walk around where this team plays? So, I was like, cool. I got the Brooklyn Nets. Let me go check out the Barclays Center. So if you guys are new to this series, I'm going to break it down real quick. 3 little checkpoints I go through on these videos. 1, the draft. I'm going to grade their draft. 2, free agency. I'm going to grade their free agency. 3, current rotation. I'm going to talk about their rotation. I'm not going to break down their entire roster. I'm going to break down players who are going to play. And then I'm going to not really, grade that per se, and then I'm going to go with an overall grade, my evaluation of to why I graded them that, and 3 final questions regarding the team. That being said, let's jump right into it. The Brooklyn Nets had a very non-exciting draft. Sorry, I just ate and I'm feeling weird. They did not have an exciting draft. Granted, they had the 19th pick and the 55th pick, and they traded both and Zinan Musa. Tough name for me. I've always struggled saying his name. The 19th pick ended up being Sadiq Bey, who I think I like a lot. I'm a big fan of him. They traded those 3 guys for Landry Shamet, Bruce Brown, and Reggie Perry. Reggie Perry was the 57th pick that they selected. Now, Bruce Brown is a very good defender. He could improve on his shooting a little bit, and if he could improve on his shooting, he will be a good rotational piece for Brooklyn. Landry Shamet is a very good shooter, though a down year last year, and he can't defend for shit. I liked him in the Sixers. I think he fits really well with what Brooklyn is going to try to to create. I think he's a good fit, so hopefully maybe for Brooklyn that works out. It was a very uneventful draft, but they didn't make any bad moves per se. I will give the draft a C+, Let's just get right into free agency. They obviously have no cap space because, those 2 little dudes that they got last year. So they signed Jeff Green, what I'm assuming is with the vet minimum. I didn't see anything about the actual contract, but I'm assuming it's a 1-year vet min, which I like. I like Jeff Green. He brings experience. He's a veteran player. He can shoot the ball. He's tall. He fills out a backup forward position that they probably need to fill. C+. Current rotation. It looks like starting 5, personally, would be Kyrie Irving, Karis LeVert at the 2, ? Joe Harris at the 3, KD at the 4, Jared Allen at the 5. Now, it's interesting. Kevin Durant is an interesting player. The NBA has changed in the last year when it comes to position basketball. I think I probably see just a 4 out, 1 in type of offense that Brooklyn will run. But I think that's best for the type of offense and the type of players that they have. Now, would Karis LeVert start at the 2? Or would Dinwiddie start at the 2? Maybe Landry Shamet or Bruce Brown? I really don't know. Brooklyn is there's going to be a lot of testing early on in the season. And I think that is the case because I don't think Spencer Dinwiddie wants to play for Brooklyn. I don't think Spencer Dinwiddie is going to maximize his potential playing for a team like Brooklyn with Kyrie and KD. He's not going to get the amount of shots that I think he wants to put up. And because of that, I think Brooklyn needs to trade him. I saw a few rumors regarding where he would go, but I just don't know what is real. I don't know what would be the best move. I personally don't think Dinwiddie should be on a team like Brooklyn. I don't think he would re-sign to a team like Brooklyn. Bruce Brown is a good player. I don't think he's a starter. Landry Shamet is not a starter. He's a good energy dude off the bench, gives you a couple threes, call it a day. Joe Harris is probably going to play the 3. He's not athletic enough to be the 2, which leads to Karis LeVert. And I think Karis LeVert is going to have a hard time with Kyrie and KD too. He's not a spot-up shooter. He's a guy who excels, like Dinwiddie, off of his own dribble. He creates his own shot. He's a really good player, and he excelled when Kyrie was off the court and hurt. The thing with LeVert is, can he stay healthy himself? And he is not going to be the best version of himself playing alongside Kyrie and KD. And I wouldn't be surprised if they ship him too. But for now, I think LeVert would probably be the starting 2 guard for them. Joe Harris is a great fit. I mean, they overpaid for him, but they kind of had to. You can't really hate that move. And then their bench probably looks like Dinwiddie is the 6th man. Bruce Brown and Shamet coming off the bench is the 2 guard. DeAndre Jordan off the bench is the 5, because there's no reason to start him over Jared Allen. Jeff Green would probably be the sole backup 4, which is kind of not a great look for Brooklyn right now. Then they have Nick Claxton, who went off against Philly last year, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 2 years ago. I think it was last year, because I think he was a rookie last year. And TLC, Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot. Maybe. Does he get time? I guess so, because he could probably play at the 3. But the team, depth-wise, it's questionable. I don't love how deep Brooklyn goes, but they had a very clear objective this offseason, and that was to surround Kyrie and KD with spot-up shooters. And I think they did a good job of that. Overall, I think they did a very good job of that. Kyrie and KD are going to be mashing the basketball into the floorboards every single night for 72 games or however long the season is. And you can't have multiple other Spencer Dinwiddies as much as they already have Dinwiddie and LeVert. I don't know how that fits, and I just don't think that's going to be a great fit. And then the 3 questions, obviously, is there a big move on the way? James Harden, he wants to come to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, first of all, Houston does not want to move on from James Harden. They've made that clear, very clear, verbally and actions-wise. They went out and got Christian Wood, which is a phenomenal signing in personally, and they want to win. I think they are pushing towards winning and contending again this year. They're not going to trade James Harden, but if somehow they did, right? They're not going to trade him to Brooklyn for Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, and a couple first-round picks. That doesn't push the needle. That is not enough. Brooklyn does not have enough to go and get a James Harden player right now. I'm sorry, but they don't. So Harden is off the table for them right now. Just because he wants to go there doesn't mean that Houston is obligated to trade him to Brooklyn. I promise you there are probably 15 to 20 other teams. Maybe not that many, but there are probably 15 teams in the NBA that can offer a better package than what Brooklyn's offering, right? So if not Harden, then who, right? I don't know how much a 3rd star would really improve the roster, if any. Like, don't get me wrong, hypothetically, if they had Harden, obviously it's a good team, but man, oh man, there's only one basketball on a court, and usually I'm like, oh, guys can work together, they can work through it. But you literally would have the 3 most obnoxiously just ball-hogging players in the league outside of Russell Westbrook on the same team, in the same offense. I don't think it would work the more I've looked into it. So if not Harden, then who? I think they missed an opportunity with Drew Holiday. Bradley Beal, again, they don't have enough. I don't know. Maybe Zach LaVine. But even then, I think Zach LaVine could work. Why not? Brooklyn, make it happen. Then, question number 2, how can Kyrie and KD play together? We've yet to see it. They're 2 of my least favorite players in the league, so if anyone is hoping they don't do well, it's me. But I don't know how they will work together. I'm interested to see it. I think it's going to be an interesting dynamic just to watch 2 players of their calibers to talk about where they came from and kind of how their paths have been very parallel throughout their careers. I think it's going to be really interesting to see. And then question number 3 I have here is it going to be Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Landry Shamet, or Bruce Brown to start the year at the 2 guard? And I'm leaning towards Karis LeVert, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Bruce Brown or Landry Shamet, I would be absolutely shocked if Spencer Dinwiddie was in the starting lineup. So that's just going to be it. Overall grade, I gave him a B. All right, I gave him a B because they didn't really need to make a ton of changes. You don't need, I mean, they haven't even had a year together as a team, really. Just give them some time. Let Kyrie and KD do their thing. They solidified their bench with shooting. They surrounded KD and Kyrie with guys who can play with a guy like Kyrie and KD. The only thing is, what are you going to do with LeVert and Dinwiddie, because they are the black sheep right now. They are the odd men out. So, in all, I think they had a good offseason. They didn't need to do a lot. You know, you basically, if you think about it, they just signed KD this offseason to a contract. Like, you got to let these guys play together. You got to let them grow. This is their first year upcoming right now. The question is, can KD still stay healthy? Is he going to come back anything like he was? I don't know. The Achilles is a tough injury to come back from. Is Kyrie ever going to stay healthy? Probably not. I don't believe in him and his ability to stay healthy for a full season. Less than Embiid, Joel Embiid in my mind. And that man will never play a full season. So, overall is a B. Not bad. Couldn't really do much better. At least they held on to Joe Harris. That could have been a big loss. But I think their moves will be needed to be made if Brooklyn wants to be a championship team. So, peace out. Make sure you go watch that Sixers video. I'll have a new video tomorrow. I don't even know what team's coming. Oh, the Charlotte Hornets. Yes! Finally, just a video I can rip into a team. Tomorrow's the Charlotte Hornets, so be sure to watch that one. That one's going to be a funny one. Probably a little shorter than these ones too. But peace out. Go Sixers.